Say this for a fact because you styled me for a media appearance that I had, and oh my God, I was feeling myself. I felt so good. And then not only did you do that, you gave me options for something else. So I was able to put those pieces together for different, events. But I really, and I'm one of those that struggle with my midsection. And I had this, it was a leather pant. And
Mhm.
it fits so well that I didn't even like, I was like, midsection where? Like, like it was just. Hey, and welcome to another episode of the Own Your Brand Show. Today, I'm talking to Marti Justice of Marti J Styles. I'm very excited about today because whether we like it or not, people still judge a book by its cover. And so that's why it's important that the way we show up, the way we look, matches up with our brand, because when you're building your influence on social media and people are loving you and trusting you, and then you go to see them in person and they're like, who is this? And no, it doesn't match up. That's not a good place to be. So today we're going to be talking about how to make sure that your look, your physical appearance, and what's in your closet match up with your brand so that you can show up confidently and attract your clients effortlessly. So without much ado, let's get into it. This episode is brought to you by me. Yes, by me, Victoria Odekomaya. I'm a brand photographer and strategist based locally here in Indiana. And I love helping women, small business owners, and professionals with side hustles build and elevate their brand. So if you're in the market and looking for someone that would thoroughly help you create a beautiful imagery for your brand and help you connect with your target audience, I'm your girl. So why choose me? Because I offer a beautiful, luxurious celebrity photo shoot experience for all of my clients. The celebrity experience includes professional hair and makeup, wardrobe styling. I serve wine and chocolate covered strawberries, and I'm playing your favorite music because it's important to me that you look and feel great to create the images that we know will truly connect with your audience. So, what are you waiting for? If you're looking for photography to help you elevate your brand, call on your girl because I got you. I just love seeing you. I love just the life that you bring, the breath of fresh air. I love, everything about you. So I'm very excited about today's conversation.
Oh, thank you. Likewise, sis. Likewise.
So for those that don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about Marty, and just catch us up to date, like from where you started with your business and maybe a little bit of your personal life up until now.
Sure. So first, I'll start off introducing myself. I'm Marti Justice. I am the CEO and founder of Marti J Styles. I am a personal wardrobe stylist for busy working moms. I help them answer the question, "What in the world am I going to wear?" And I do that by detoxing closets, shopping and styling for them. I do that by meeting with them, consulting with them. I also help them get more focused on what their personal style is
Mhm.
and what fits their bodies because most women don't know. And that leads to a lot of stress and overwhelm. And I help build confidence in them through that process. So
Yes.
that's what I do. But how I got here and how I got started is a whole nother journey in itself. In this way, I wasn't looking to be a personal wardrobe stylist. I was just minding my own business, taking care of my kids. I homeschooled for years, and after my kids, the boys in particular, I realized they needed more. I ended up putting them into Christian school. And at that time, that transition I was going through was actually very hard. And I had no idea it was going to be this hard. It was different life circumstances, lots of trials and tribulations coming my way. So I
Mhm.
took a little weekend away from my home. I went and started praying about where I was and what I needed. And the next weekend, I dropped my son off, and a friend reminded me that I did this for them. And it was just having fun with girlfriends. They asked me to help them put their looks together, their outfits together, and I did that. And she was like, "Girl, there's this podcast, and this woman is getting paid doing. She has a whole business doing what you
Mm,
did for us."
mm,
So as a result of that, from that day, the joy that I felt, I knew it was a moment that was a purpose for me. It was a
mm.
very strategic thing that God wanted for me. So as a result of that, I've been making one little step at a time to build my business around purpose and helping others. So, and
That's incredible.
thank
I
you.
think that's amazing. I love a lot of things about you, Marty, and I think I hope I've been able to express that with you, as much as I can. But one of the things that I love is that not only are you focused on the talent, but also on the purpose, the bigger picture,
Yeah,
and then the spiritual part of it, the God factor in the things that you do. Because
yeah,
a lot of the things are we do a lot of things, but they are not quite. Let's see, there is a bigger reason behind it, right? So, and I love that you're not ashamed, you're unapologetic about your faith and just helping people holistically.
yeah.
So I really love that.
Thank
But today I kind of want to talk about styling and the intersection between styling and branding.
Yes,
Because, a lot of business owners, and a lot, especially as women, I don't know about. I think I speak for a lot of women where we're busy, busy, busy. We're moms. We're trying to juggle being, a business owner, and some of us still have like, still employees, right? And just so much going on, and you're just trying to build this business, and you're really thinking about a lot of all the other things, including the physical appearance. And I know
yes,
it's not all about the physical appearance, right? This is why I love what you do, right? You go down into, deeper than that.
yes,
But so tell us, like, what do you, in your opinion, and what you've seen in working with a lot of people, like, what are some of those things that we really is why women are not, or are not really, we're not really thinking about our appearance, when we think about our brand.
yes. Most women are, especially working women, are busy and focused more on doing the work,
Mhm.
also taking care of their family. So that's first and foremost. It's not thinking about, oh gosh, if I walk out the door and I have on just whatever I threw on this morning, it's not going
Mhm.
to really, it doesn't really matter. But I feel
Mm.
like the deeper issue is recognizing that you have fallen out of touch with yourself. Most
Ooh.
women are so hurried, 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 or stressed and anxious and overwhelmed when they go into their closet. They're not thinking about, oh, how is this aligning with who I want to be and where I'm heading in my career as a professional, as an entrepreneur?
Mm.
I really believe that because of the hurried, busy life, it is taking away from being present with yourself.
Mm.
So that would be my personal reflection on what I see with my clients, and
Mm.
and also with myself. It's easier with me because this is aligned with who I really am. I really like putting myself together. I really do love makeup. It's the artist in me. But
Yeah.
for other women, that may not be easy. So it would have to be something that's a discipline.
Right, right. And I like when you were talking about, we're all so busy, we're just going, going, going. But from my perspective too, as a brand photographer, right? Like, if you put a lot of effort and energy into building a brand, it's so important that, especially when the pictures go out and everybody's like, oh, that looks so beautiful and things like that. But then you walk into a meeting and there's a mismatch. You know what I mean? And we forget that that first impression adds to our brand, how what people are perceiving about us, how we make people feel and things like that. So I can totally see
100%.
that.
I read something in Forbes magazine. It says in the first 5 minutes, people have already gotten like your essence, your what you're bringing to the table. And yeah, I unfortunately have to say, yes, it is about what you're presenting because
Mhm.
you're presenting what your presence is. So I would ask the audience, what is it when you see your outfit on? What are you saying to that person? That's your first 5 minutes of interaction. What are you telling them about yourself and your brand? Because I am sorry, it is important to represent that. So
Yeah.
that's why I feel like getting out of touch with you is so important to realize and be aware of, because if you are not in touch with that, then it's easy for you to make all the excuses.
Mm. Yeah, and you're right because people still judge a book by its cover.
Right.
We might, be like, yeah, no, that's back in the day. No, it's still true now and again. And and I think that social media may or may not have contributed to this negatively because we can hide behind the post, right? And not really show our faces. Or even if we show our faces, we're only showing this much. So we might dress up, and do all the things on social media, but then we forget that in the real world, we're still interacting with people and they're seeing the whole of us, right? So we
Exactly.
really need to be intentional.
Exactly. Very. I
That is
agree.
yeah. So I wanted to ask, I know that you talk a lot about foundations because fine, we've established that busy working moms, it's kind of like we're just busy, right? And maybe some of us know to do it, but we just don't know how to do it, right? We know that it's important for us to look right, to come legit and just, look right and everything, right? But it's just hard because there's so much things, fighting for our attention. So I know you talk a lot about foundational pieces and things like that. What are some of the things that we could do or that you can, you know, tell us to like include or so that we can have at least, even if we're running out of the door, we have the appropriate or some put together outfit.
Yes. Let me explain what foundation means because a lot of
Mhm.
people understand that. Foundation is would be another word to use is staples. So a white
Mm,
collared shirt, dark blazer. I mean, this is a highlighter blazer, but it is something I can make interchangeable and
mhm,
put with different things in my wardrobe or in my pieces. So it's having a structure underneath the base layer of your outfit. And what that does for your wardrobe is stretch it. So if you
mm,
have a blazer with a t-shirt, you can throw some jeans with it. If you have some really good jeans, you can put a really pretty shirt with it. So you starting at that foundation is going to help you um, choose quickly what you need
mm,
to get out that door and feel confident. The other thing I would highly recommend is making sure that you understand the way your clothes fit on your body makes a difference.
mm,
If you have 20-year-old pants that are not only sagging in your booty, but also but also there it's discolored, there it's
mm,
worn between the thighs. No, you have to think about those things because that is also a way you're representing yourself. So going into your closet with just like a laser locked eyes and saying, okay, do my clothes fit me? Are they worn? Because if they are not fitting you and they are worn, then you need to get rid of them. The
mm,
thing I would add to that is after you go through, so a detox, you would like, I would, most people are not detoxing their closet. So they're not unaware. So you're unaware of what's there that's going to fit. Who likes finding things that don't fit right when you're trying to get out the door? Nobody.
yeah,
But that's
nobody.
right. So that's
Mhm,
why you need a detox. Then after your detox, you should take I have a wardrobe styling checklist. And
yeah,
on that checklist, I go through and help you understand what you can do to build your wardrobe pieces. So you could get statement pieces to add, like a very loud colored blazer or a navy blazer, whatever fits your personal style, because
mm,
my style, that's important. Um, to dress appropriately. And that list just helps it be mindless. And you can create a shopping list. That shopping list will help you be laser locked because a lot of my clients do not like shopping. Now, if
Mhm.
you want to shop, I'm your girl. You can hire me, but
Course.
but if you want to shop, you can go for an hour, go to a big box store. What I mean by that is just a department store that has multiple things, will have a lot of choices, a lot of different styles, a lot of one item. So if you go to a boutique, they're going to have smaller items and very specific things. So,
Okay.
with all of that being said, you can create a shopping list based off of my wardrobe checklist, and then you can head to the shopping mall and find what you need and not be stressed while you're shopping because you are
Wow.
laser locked on it. Those are
Mhm.
my recommendations.
Wow, I love that. I love that. And thank you so much for being generous and just giving all of those tips because I think that even for me, I think for me one of the things that I take out of that is just being intentional, be laser focused. You said that multiple times because a lot of times when we go shopping, we're just going shopping. We don't even have we're like I just want,
Right.
we just walk around the mall. But it sounds like when you have that checklist and you know exactly what you need, then we're not gonna buy all these pieces that we cannot use because I know, and I actually just found one piece in my outfit in my closet that still has tag on it because I don't know how to pair it up.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. And you know what? Because we are busy and we are overwhelmed with life and all the things running here and there, we are not going back to that store and returning it. That is just
Well,
that's why so many women
I
have.
think I've had it for over a year too. So at this point, it's even past the return stage.
Yes, and that's another thing. You could even I did a talk at the VIP center, and it was about finding those hidden gems with tags on them. Like you got
Mhm.
that because you actually thought, "Ah, I like this," but you didn't think through the whole entire outfit,
Yeah.
and to see what do I need to complete this look? I need shoes, I need a belt, I need the pants. We don't do that. But when you
Mm.
create that shopping list, when you go through your closet and find out what's there, then you can do that.
Wow. I really, really like that. Okay, so what do you say to people that are trying like do we need to always dress in our brand colors or different shades of our brand colors or like what do you have to say about that?
And that's a great question. So I don't do that. Now,
Okay.
if someone's meeting with you and they are doing, or maybe you're doing a talk or something, you're speaking somewhere, that might be something you can consider. But I just find that putting yourself together is and being polished and having on things that set you apart, that would be what I would focus on more.
Okay. And maybe we also need to like figure out what our styles are, right? Like in because I know that like youthful, young and fun, that's how I like to be, So maybe instead of thinking about dressing with my brand colors, think about my personality too, right? Because that's part of my brand.
Yes, 100%. That goes back to understanding yourself, taking some time to sit with, like, who in the world am I? And
Oh.
can you even make a list and reflect on that? And I'm not just a mom, I'm not just a wife, but I am.
Mhm.
I have a bubbly personality. Can you identify those things? Because I think that when you identify those things, what you can do is first of all, you'll feel more aligned when you shop because you
Yeah.
won't be like, "Man, I'm an imposter putting on this bright color. This doesn't really
Mm.
represent me." Or you'll find out you hide because you don't want to be paid attention to because hiding is easy. So there's so many
Mm.
things. You can hear it like this is what I speak myself in. This is what I'm used to. Like they won't try on a color because
Mm.
that's too much. They think it's too much and it doesn't look good on them, but they
Right.
won't even try because it makes them stand out from the crowd.
Mm.
So you have
Wow.
to find out why you're avoiding these things. Why do
Mm.
I not want to wear the red blazer or the red top or the red dress? Because when I walk in that room, people might think, "Ooh, who she thinks she is?" I don't
Mm,
know. We let
that's
fear drive us more, so then we don't show up as our most aligned self, or it's just part of it. So that's what I would say. Doing the inner work. This is why it's important because you get more aligned with how you style yourself. You can
wow.
go into it with a whole different perspective and then feel like good when you put on the clothes.
Mm, yes. So speaking of that, I know that one of the reasons why most people might shy away from colors is, those problem areas. Like for a lot of us, we struggle with our midsection, and black just covers it all up. Like
Oh,
it's just easy.
I know, but that's all about knowing your body type. That really
Mm,
is. It's understanding your being what it means to be proportioned. And
yes.
so there are tricks to this whole way. It's illusions. Like if you look at people in Hollywood, they have stylists that put clothes on them to distract the eye and to add volume to areas that may be smaller. It needs to be filled up. And so, yeah, knowing your body type is everything. That is
Wow.
major. That will inform you what to look for when you are shopping. This is why you have to try on those clothes. So when you go shopping, take time to do it. Like literally, put it on your schedule to go and shop and try on those clothes. Try on the colors with, but just know, okay, if I have bigger hips, then I probably need a little volume up here, you know,
Mm,
and then go look for those things. And even if you need inspiration, because you really don't, you're clueless. Because I get it.
right.
Not everybody, this is my wheelhouse, but I still study to make sure I can dress my client's body, not mine, because everybody's body's different, right? It's unique.
Mhm.
And so when you go and you're shopping, knowing your measurements, knowing that, oh, my backside, my hips are bigger, so I need to let me look on Pinterest. Let me look on Pinterest, look for someone that has a body type similar to mine, and see if I can find pieces that inspire me, and then go look for those. That's another way
Wow.
to cut down all of the busy going and not having a clue of how to dress your body, because that's what
Wow.
frustrates us. And then it keeps us away from colors and thinking that it's about the color and not it's about the fit.
Yes. And I can say this for a fact because you styled me for a media appearance that I had, and oh my God, I was feeling myself.
Yes, you look
I
good.
felt so good. And then not only did you do that, you gave me options for something else. So I was able to put those pieces together for different, events. But I really, and I'm one of those that struggle with my midsection. And I had this, it was a leather pant. And
Mhm.
it fits so well that I didn't even like. I was like midsection where, like, like it was just, oh my God. So I see what you are saying in terms of finding the right fit for your body type. Like, and sometimes, we don't even know that. And I think that's why it's important to work with a stylist like you. And for me in particular, that's also why I try to include you in my photo shoots because I'm thinking, I know I see that confidence piece so much. Like it's so important. Like when you look good and you dress well and everything is just fitting right, the
Yeah,
way the person show up on the set when we start the photo shoot is so different because the confidence is there. And
yeah,
I tell people I can probably Photoshop pretty much anything, but I cannot Photoshop the confidence, right?
amen.
So it's so important that they come, with that confidence. And one of the other things that I love with working with you is that those pieces, even though we pick out like maybe 5 outfits for the photo shoot, like these are pieces they can continue to use over and over again, because it doesn't end with the photo shoot, right? And so that confidence continues and carries on after that. Like,
Yes.
oh,
And that piece right there, that's just okay, just imagine you're at a photo shoot and you feel that good, you leave and you're like, "Oh shoot, I can wear this again." So imagine what we first talked about, and I shared that Forbes said, in 5 minutes of interaction, an impression is formed. So
Mm.
you put on that outfit and you walk and you meet somebody, that confidence is what they're meeting. And that
Yes.
you, it's you, girl. Feel good in
Yes.
this thing. Cause I don't think
Mhm.
we're not used to feeling good about ourselves. We're used
Yeah.
to being critical and talking about our midsection or our butt. Like there are things that we really zoom in. I think just by human nature is to look at what we're not, and instead of looking at what we are, to build the confidence that you can wear that look and feel freaking good in it. It's
Yes.
okay. You
Wow.
want more of that.
Yes, yes. And what you said, I think it's something that I'm even realizing too, where when you're in that networking meeting where
Mhm.
you are like talking to people, people buy into the confidence with which you speak to them.
100%.
Sometimes people you could sell anything to someone when you speak confidently about it, and that confidence come with you feeling confident on the inside of you. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
so yeah, I think that's so powerful, and that's why I know that a lot of the work that you're also doing, kind of gets to the deep to the root of that.
Yes.
Finding out that confidence issues, the issues, the reason why we're having that confidence, and helping people to bring that out.
Yes. Yes. I think it's really important. And I would say firsthand, it's because of the work that I'm doing within myself, and it is continuous. And
Mhm.
I don't believe that you can take anyone anywhere that you have not been willing to touch within yourself. They're just
Yes.
levels of things inside of us that are deeply rooted. And I have work to do, and I'm willing to do it because I want to be a healthy human being. I want to be able to help others, but I first have to touch that place. So a lot of women, I have several clients, they don't want to, they just want me to style them. But what they
Mhm.
understand is we run into that little girl who feels insecure, that little girl that wasn't seen, that little girl that doesn't feel like she's enough. And
Mhm.
when she puts on those clothes at our fitting, she is there and she
Mhm.
can't see that beautiful person because she can only see what she's not.
Right.
Without doing that inner work and really being willing to have the courage to go through seeing that so that you can get healed is so
Yes.
important because we only live once. I
Mhm.
mean that. We only live once. And to be able to be comfortable in your own skin, I feel like as women in today's society, it's really hard because
Right.
there's a lot of outer things screaming and telling us that we have to look this way or we have to, and you don't. You just have to be the unique person that God made you to be. I
That's
mean,
right.
and that may be a fight, but it's a good fight. I tell my kids, you'd rather be doing it fighting his way than going about it on your own because you will feel
That's
further and more disconnected from who you
right.
really are like that. So
Mm.
that's my little preaching moment on
No.
why it's so important to get in tune with what's going on inside of you.
That's amazing. And that's one of the reasons, like I said earlier, what I love working with you. So I know you're working and you're, putting together some kind of, I think it's a detox challenge.
Yeah, I'm working on helping women understand why you need to detox, what detoxing is actually going to do for your wardrobe. Yes, working on that.
Yeah, tell us about it and how can we be a part of this challenge or,
Yeah,
this?
so what I am going to do is put together a little Facebook group so that you guys can hop in there. We can talk more personal and more in depth on what that looks like to even do that, how to detox your closet. You might have a lot of questions on what that looks like, especially being a busy mom. When will you do it? So you can expect for me to be posting some challenge information on my Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, even. So, yeah, that's how you guys can find out more.
Great. Yeah. And I'm going to put all of that information in the description. So, one last thing before we close it out. You talked a little bit about your checklist.
Yes.
How can we get a hold of this checklist? And if we want to work with you, how can we, do that?
Okay, so I have a link that I will provide to you, and you just click that link. If you wanted to work with me, you would be able to click the link and just fill out the inquiry form, and it will alert me. And you get a free 30-minute consultation with me just so we can figure out if we're a good fit. The wardrobe detox checklist, I will have you just send that to you, and you can get it out to whoever's interested.
Great, great. Thank you so much. So yeah, that the checklist is going to be out there for free for people that want to use it so that we can start out with like detoxing or at least knowing what to put in our closet and being intentional about going to shop. So that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so so much. I really appreciate you. And anything else you want to add?
I just want to add that I have discovered that really believing what you say about yourself is very powerful. Ladies, if you struggle, which I'm sure most women do, with identity issues, with the struggle of being yourself, sit, take an hour away from your children, away from your work, away, just for you, just an hour. And maybe you need to go smaller, it's fine. But take some time to evaluate who you are, write a list. Remember that girl. Remember what you love about yourself. Take some time to invest in you so that you can be a more aligned woman and show up with true confidence, not the confidence that you're trying to do, because you can learn how to be confident, but take the time required to do that.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is
Thank you for
really, really
having me.
good.
This was like
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yes. I just enjoy talking to you all the time. I mean, you're just always glowing, and I look at you obviously for style tips. And thank you so much for sharing today. And I told you earlier I put this on specially for you because I wanted, I put a little effort into it. So
Hey,
thank
I
you
love
so
it.
much.
I love that. You girl.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You. I
All
think
right. Well, yeah, so that concludes our episode today. So stay tuned. Make sure you get look into the description to get all of those resources to reach out to Marty and also get the checklist as well. But until next time, stay tuned.